websites accessible only by using the Tor browser, formerly known as the Onion router. Tor passed internet traffic through at least 3 different servers before sending it on to its destination, with each relay adding another layer of encryption. Tor allowed persons seeking to operate in secrecy, from criminals to political dissidents, to shield their identities through the browser's strong encryption and use of a cryptocurrency like Bitcoin as a payment method. And if Kite provided an anonymous marketplace that was truly beyond the reach of law enforcement, then how long would it be before it wasn't just selling drugs and malware? How long before terrorists began using it to plan and assemble the makings of the next Oklahoma City or 9/11? Lisa's fingers moved quickly over the keyboard, and within seconds she had created an account on Kite as Rodrigo, an identity that she had used online many times before. Rodrigo purported to be a mid-level independent drug dealer in his early 20s who was tech-savvy, with vague, self-proclaimed connections with Mexican drug cartels. Though it wasn't part of her officially sanctioned duties, Lisa had made a hobby of lurking on the dark web and internet relay chat boards to observe the hackers, cybercriminals, cranks, and miscreants who frequented those shadowy corners of the web, creating an expansive network of contacts in that underworld that she hoped would one day pay off in an investigation. Internet Relay Chat, or IRC, boards were online forums where hackers could communicate with relative anonymity. She had a few online personas that she had used consistently over time so that they were recognized in certain quarters and had some history to them. She even maintained a journal so that she could keep their histories and foibles straight. She had created the Rodrigo identity when she had still been a security consultant to the FBI, tracking a hacker who had been selling data obtained from an HMO breach. Rodrigo had proven to be such an engaging and persuasive character that she hadn't had the heart to take him out of circulation when the investigation was done. After spending the better part of a recent weekend exploring online in her various personas, distracting herself from her fresh breakup, Lisa thought she understood a little bit how someone with multiple personality disorder must feel. She ultimately concluded that the reason she did what she did online was because she happened to be weirdly adept at it. She was a talented and inventive liar. When someone suffered from clinical depression and relied on alcohol as a coping mechanism, the truth was rarely a good option. If she was being honest with herself, her use of alter egos was no longer entirely about hunting cybercriminals for the FBI. Lisa felt strangely liberated when she assumed an online persona. She had spent enough time as some of them, like Firestarter, a 14-year-old boy from Daly City, that she slipped into being them like an actress reprising a role. Donning one of her online avatars untethered her from the limitations of her real life, in which her career and social life were less than satisfying. Some people drank or took drugs to achieve that sort of escape, and Lisa figured this outlet was healthier than most. She chose a listing for a tiny vial of LSD from a seller known as Tripmaster and placed the order as Rodrigo, using a P.O. box that she'd established for this sort of purpose. She promptly received a reply message from the seller. "Thanks. Your package will ship in 2 to 3 business days. If you're taking more than the microdose, we recommend that you find a quiet place with a soothing vibe before ingesting and allow yourself 6 to 7 hours. Happy trails, Tripmaster." Perhaps the package would reveal clues to the identity of Tripmaster or the operators of Kite. She knew that the FBI would never give an untested field agent such as herself an opportunity to bring down a high-valued target like the head of the Sinaloa drug cartel. But based on what she had seen so far, locating and arresting the founder of Kite would amount to that sort of career-making bust. This was the opportunity she had been waiting for. 2. June 2nd. First thing the next morning, coffee in hand, Lisa knocked on the door of her boss, Special Agent in Charge Pam Gilbertson. Gilbertson supervised the San Francisco field office and its satellite offices, known as resident agents.